The clock strikes once, twice, thrice, and midnight tolls. A dead silence reigns all around. I hear naught but the wind thumping these cloister walls and the barking of some watchful hound. My candle is guttering low in its sconce, and the brand in the grate sinks to ash. So tallow and ember expire, then at once a quick draught breathes, and once more they flash. Frightful, yes, but not so were those bright moments fleet, when the heavens would tease us and blandish. How many such moments, memories sweet. What's the use to recall what has vanished? And now, hunting happiness through books, I wander just to grow bored and shove them away. Once again, things delightful and long gone I ponder. I start awake, dream again, stray. At times into such sweet delusions I fall that my lover or brothers I see, and I leap up, but that shadow there on the wall is cast by no one other than me. Better then to take pen in hand in the still night and to scrawl out some verse for a friend. Whipping in my stray thoughts, I corral them to write. I begin, but who knows to what end? Should I write of my memories of the past spring to beat back the sharp midwinter chill? A ghost story rather. With passion I'll sing of ghouls, phantoms, and of my Marilla. He who with camel hair brush and oil would slay time, let him paint her and out-sublime art, but the bard, let him capture in immortal rhyme her intelligence, virtue, and heart. As for me, although all that is fresh to my mind, it is solace I seek here, not fame. And so, if I'm able, I'll tell you this time of my late springtime heartbroken game. Marilla found terms of endearment a chore. She dispensed them in tittle and drip. She'd hear I love you hundreds of times or more, but I like you she'd never let slip, to say nothing of love. So, once 'neath the moonlight, when all others were safely abed, when it came to bid my Marilla good night, I left her this ghost ballad instead. Look, there, Marilla, where the forest ends. There on the right, a thick-set willow ridge, and on the left, a pleasant streamlet wends through pretty meads to slip beneath a bridge. A steepled church where nest owl and nighthawk, beside it moulder piles of logs and staves. Beyond the steeple, a bramble patch chock full of berry bushes and old graves. A haunt of demon or of cursed soul, no one remembers, but in the deep night, no one among us, be he young or old, will pass the place without a flinch of fright. As soon as midnight draws its gloomy pall above, the church doors open with a crash, in empty belfry bells begin to toll, and something thumps and hisses through that patch, where sometimes a pale light is seen to glow. Bolt after thunderbolt flashes and booms, grave lids are pressed up, slid off from below, and ghosts are seen to spill out of the tombs. A headless corpse now down the pathway holes with flaming sockets where had once been eyes. A wolf comes trotting near with padded stealth. You look, and he, broad eagle wings he's flapping, shout, "Get thee behind me," and you bless yourself. See, off the wolf speeds, barking, howling, yapping. Each traveller would fain avoid this road. None travel here but leaves behind a curse for broken wagon tongues, overturned load, sprained oxen legs, and spooked or hobbled horse. I, on the other hand, though old Andre tells each of the danger, warning all away, would laugh at demons, who believes in spells, and ride often here at midnight, whistling gay. Once though, at midnight, heading to your village, our horse snuffled suddenly and stopped. They wouldn't set a hoof upon the bridge. In vain we plied both sugar cube and crop. The carter snapped the reins with all his might. Then, just as I'd dismounted, off they sped, leaving me stranded, lonely in the night. I shrugged and smirked. "Well, this I like," I said. I'd barely finished when from deep below the ghost of some girl who perhaps had drowned in the stream rose before me, robed white as snow, her pale, moist brow with flaming chaplet crowned. I couldn't run. I stood stock still, amazed, my hair upstanding stiff upon my head, stuttering, "Let's Christ's name for be forever praised," and in reply, "Forever and ever," she said. "Whoever you may be, good, honest soul, who me from purging torments have released, I pray you happiness. May you grow old in good fortune, abundance, and in peace. You see before you a repentant soul, and soon shall bask in everlasting bliss, whom you've now sprung from her purgative dole with those 3 words you uttered, 'I like this.' The while the stars yet shine, before the crow of the first rooster I will here relate my story, which the faithful ought to know, so they might take a lesson from my fate. In those days, when my living lungs respired this atmosphere, Marilla was my name. My father was the first man of the shire, wealthy and honest, of unspotted fame. His greatest longing was to see me married, that I was young and well endowed. A scurry of lovers hastened, yes, no suitor tarried to vie for my charms and my dowry. So many men to stroke my vanity, in their vain blandishments I so delighted, the lower they bowed my inanity swelled the greater as I scorned them all and slighted. Yuju came too, a youth of 20 springs, a fine lad he, both virtuous and shy. Foreign to him were all sweet flatterings, although the light of love glowed in his eye. I watched him wither, it was all in vain. Futile his tears and groanings night and day. A wild joy filled me as I saw his pain. He pales, despairs, while I laugh, carefree, gay. "I'm off," he said through tears, "and none too soon," I said. He died, heartbroken and alone. Here, by this streamlet, see, that mossy tomb covers my lover's withered flesh and bones. Thereafter, my days were empty overlong. Too late a hardened heart like mine repents. There was no way for me to right the wrong, and short the time remained for penitence. Then, once, while we sat late into the night, a fearful whistling whirlwind suddenly came, and Yuju's soul appeared to us a fright, like to a spirit doomed to hell, a flame. Choking with sulphur, swept up off my feet and whirled away from my parents through the smoke, in which I heard wails and gnashings of teeth, and then some voice as it my verdict spoke. "You well knew, girl, that it so pleased the Lord to cull the female race from Adam's side, not to make his life aught to be abhorred, to punish him, but rather to delight. But you, with heart of stone within your breast, as if to moaning deaf and unaware, never to be with love's avowals impressed, unmoved by tear and groaning, plea and prayer. For such severity now for long years laughed to scorn, though bathed in tears. You beg in turn now, not by tears, by fright, pleading your wretched arms, begetting fears. He spoke, and soon I found myself in chains. 100 years in torment I've been kept. But when night falls, I'm freed from those great pains, and I emerge from out the flaming depths. Then, in the church, or here at Juju's tomb, disdained by earth, unworthy of the heights of heaven, here I bore my heavy doom, to beg mercy in vain, haunting the nights. Fated to plead in terms that terrorize, upsetting course and cart along this pike, all whom I halt but curse, anathemize. You are the first to chuckle, this I like. I'm grateful, and now this is granted me, to part the clouds, show you your future road. You shall know a Marilla too, but she... At this, alas, the dawn's first rooster crowed. She bowed her face, now radiant and bright. I watched as she like gossamer film grew, and then dissolved, just like a vapor, light, through which a whispered puff of zephyr blew. I gazed, and as the dawning sun now rolled above, my horses safe beneath those trees, I raised aloft for all the suffering souls in purgatory 3 Hail Marys. Who might be that boy, so lovely and fresh? And who's that girl by his side? Slowly they stroll on the banks of Świteś in the pale and ghostly moonlight. She feeds him raspberries, a basket she bears, while he binds her a chaplet of flowers. Certainly lovers, each one's dearest dear, arms entwined, they spend the sweet night hours. Every night you may see them thus walk near the flood. They meet here at this larch, then they go. The boy is a keeper in the nearby wood. Who's the girl? Well, I really don't know. Whence comes she? You'd search for the answer in vain. When she's gone, no one knows where she is. On the marsh bank she sprouts, a bloom freshened by rain, and she fades like a will-o'-the-wisp. Show me, my lovely, delight of my eyes, the paths you tread here to my side. Who are your kin? Show me where your home lies. Lovers true should have nothing to hide. Now the summer is past, and the leaves are all sere. Soon the autumn rains will start to pour. Must I always be waiting for you to come here, in this wilderness by the lake shore? Must you ever glide like timid deer through the grove, like a ghost through the thickets at night? Remain with me, rather, the one whom you love, and who loves you. Remain by my side. For my little hut stands in the meadows quite near, where abundance of fruit is and milk, in the dense forest's clearing not so far from here, where is food and game of every ilk. Not so fast, not so fast, are you boldest of boys, for I mind what my old father said. The sweetest of songbirds lives in a man's voice, and the slyest fox dens in his head. Is your heart true or fickle? I can't help but fear it may prove just like yon weather vane, Should I heed your entreaties, my boy, and stay here? What about you? Will you always remain? In reply, the boy knelt, the dread powers below invoking to witness his troth, with a fistful of sand neath the sacred moon's glow. But will he keep unbroken his oath? Remember, my huntsman, your promise to keep. Break it not, for the perjurer's role in this life is to moan and incessantly weep in the next. Woe to his foul soul. And then, having said this, the beauteous maid set the chaplet of blooms on her head, and, sprinting away from a distance, she bade him farewell, fading long past the mead. In vain did the keeper then rise from his knees, speeding off to where he reckoned she'd gone, for she spun and she vanished like mist on the breeze, leaving him, just as always, alone. So he turned in his solitude, once more to wend his way homeward along the moist track. Quiet and still it was all through the fen, save when trodden dry twigs snapped and cracked. But his errant feet led him, musing, back to the lake, where he glances about in surprise. Then the wind of a sudden roars through the thick brake, and the waters in foaming swells rise. Ah, the waves, how they swell, and they pound, and they thresh the long grasses. Then, wonderful sight, above the moon-silvered banks of Lake Świteś spurts a maid of great beauty and bright. Oh, her face like a chaplet weft of the pale rose, sprinkled with the pure tears of the dew, thin and gauzy like mists on the breeze did her clothes lightly cover her figure with blue. Oh, you beautiful child, so young and so fresh, thus the maiden did tenderly croon. Why is it you wander the banks of Świteś by the light of the pale silver moon? Is it for that wispy flirt that your heart's in mourning, who tempts you o'er thicket and hill? For that breath of the mist that you err after, yearning, who's laughing perhaps at you still? Hearken to me, rather, my lonely friend. Sigh no more, toss off sadness at last. Come to me, come, and the whole night we'll spend dancing over these waters of glass. Like the swift-winged swallow is such as your wish, above the waves you'll swoop and you'll skim, or, carefree and gaily, like two happy fish, all the day long together we'll swim, until, on the pure silver lake bed at night, beneath our tent canvas of glass, we shall rest our heads on water lilies of white, and watch the dreamy gods as they pass. Then her breasts she uncovers, like swans they are white. The flushed lad drops his eyes modestly, and the maiden is near him as quickly as light, crying, "Come now, my sweetheart, to me." Then she flies off again to alight with her feet on the lake, where she skims, dances, hops and arc like a rainbow, then playfully beats towards the charmed boy silver water drops. So the keeper runs close, but he pulls up before he should plunge, starts, again hesitates, then a little blue wavelet creeps up to the shore, licks his feet, kisses them, titillates, and keeps on caressing him, tempting him on, so his heart melts as on the wave pets, like a bold lover secretly tickling his palm. Soon the shy, wispy girl he forgets. Oh, his troth to his sweetheart the keeper forgets, and his sacred vow holds in despite. All too blindly he rushes into the lake's depths in pursuit of new tempting delight. Yes, he runs and he searches and runs, his new ardour excited to slake. All too soon from the shallows he boldly swims on, plashing in the deep heart of the lake. Soon enough, in his hand, her palm snowy he feels, his eyes fix on her beautiful face. She darts playfully from him, he ardently reels to press his lips to hers. On they race. Then a sudden breeze blows and disperses the mist. What had been hid therein now's uncovered, and he sees that the maiden he'd striven to kiss is the girl, is his abandoned lover. So then, this is how you vows and promises keep. Remember my words. Now your role in this life is to moan and incessantly weep, and then woe to your foul, faithless soul. In the silver lake's waves you no longer shall play, not for you now with naiads to revel, for your flesh will be swallowed by the voracious clay, and your bright eyes snuffed out beneath gravel. By this tree here shall wake your perfidious soul for 1,000 years. Let it remain in torment, stretched out on hell's air-blazing coals, with nothing to soothe the fierce pain. As he hears these words, he would escape from the lake. Here and there he darts, panicking eyes. Then the wind of a sudden roars through the thick brake, and the waters in foaming swells rise. How the lake billows swell, how they roar and they hiss as the waters in maelstroms whirl. Wide the gullet spreads of the aquatic abyss. See him swallowed along with the girl. The water still rages, the billows still foam, and still in the dark moonlit glade 2 dim errant shadows may be seen to roam, of a young man, it seems, and a maid. She dances about the moonlit silver flood. He at the larch moans in deepest woe. Who's he? He was keeper in the nearby wood. Who's she? Well, I really don't know.
Listen, girlie, hey.
She doesn't hear.
This is your village, it's bright day. Around you not a living soul is near. What would you clasp? There's nothing there at all. Who are you speaking to? Whom do you call?
She doesn't hear. Now like a stone she stands, casting on neither hand her glance, and now she spins to face what? And bursting into tears, she seems to crush something in her embrace, sobbing and smiling from ear to ear. It's you, Yashenko, in the night. Oh, even dead you hold me dear. Come closer, closer, it's all right, but shh, so stepmother won't hear. Oh, let her hear. Now that you're gone, you're dead, and buried life goes on. They say, you're dead, Yashenko, and I'm scared. But if it's you, I'm frightened. Why? It's you. That same cheek, that same eye, that same white shirt you wear. And you, white as a sheet as well, and cold. How cold the hands I grip. Come, I'll press you to my breast a spell and hold you tight, lip to lip. It must be in the tomb. Take me, I'll die with you right here. Since you died, it's been 2 long years. I hate this world of gloom, where I'm surrounded on all hands by evil folk who mock and jeer. I speak and no one understands. No one can see what I see clear. Come in the day sometimes. I'm dreaming? No. I hold your hands in mine. Yashenko, wait, come back. Don't go. It's still early. Early. We've lots of time. My God, I hear the rooster crowing. The dawn shatters the window pane. Yashenko, stay. Where are you going? He's gone. And here, wretch, I remain. Still the girl would her love caress. She races after, cries and stumbles to the ground. Seeing her fall at her sobs of distress, the crowd of villagers gathers round. Let's pray, the simple people cry.
Yashenko's soul must have come by to visit his intended bride, whom he loved so before he died.
I hear them, and I too believe. I pray with them, and I too grieve. Then,
"Listen, girlie,"
I hear someone shout,
"you simpleton, she's raving, the poor lass. Here, trust my eye and this my looking glass. There's no such things as ghosts that flit about. Spirits are but the stuff of old wives' tale, brewed in the vat of ignorant dreaming. That girl is babbling nonsense."
So he rails.
"And you, against pure reason, are blaspheming."
The child feels, I answer humbly. Truly, those simple people have great faith and hope. Feeling and faith speak more profoundly to me than wise man's eye and ground glass microscope. You know dead truths as you dissect and sunder planets to atoms, stars to sparks. Your art grasps no live truth. You'll never glimpse a wonder unless you feel and gaze into the heart. Aficionados all of bloody sport, the king, along with all his court, take their seats in the arena where they bait the beasts, and farther off an awning covers the knights who sit next to their lovers. The king nods. Let the games begin. A grate lifts, and a lion comes padding in. Slowly he strolls, and lifting high his fearsome face, silently his eyes he rolls, and looks about the place. He shivers, and his mane he shakes. He roars, and all the region quakes, then slowly lets his fearsome body down and stretches out upon the ground. The king frowns and grunts. See another great rise, and with quick pounces, eager for the hunt, out a tiger flies. He opens his mouth, his fangs are flashing, with tongue hanging down and tail thrashing. He circles the tawny lord of the pride, with gaze reptilian, roars, then grows still again to stretch himself out at the lion's side. Fashed, the king nods again. A grate rises in answer, and from a single pen rush out 2 panthers. The fierce cats, hungry for the fight, upon the tiger now alight. The tiger opens wide his maw, the tiger thwacks each with his paw, but then the lion roars. The battle has run its course. The bloodied animals retreat to lie down meekly at his feet. Then, from the arcades comes fluttering down from beautiful Marta's hands a glove that lands smack in the center of the baiting ground, where lion, tiger, panther all recline upon the ground. Then Marta turns to Emerald, who loves the lady. "Sir, the time is now to prove the heft of oft-repeated vow. It seems I've lost my glove." Without a moment's wavering, Emerald leaps over the rails and comes among the beasts. Into their midst he boldly strides. Awe strikes the ladies and the knights to see him lift the glove, calmly retreat, re-leap the barrier, and reclaim his seat. His lover greets him with joyous embrace, and Emerald flings the glove into her face. "My vow fulfilled, I leave you now, madame." And off he goes, thinking, such love be